Hey team, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's been a minute. Well, I guess not. It's been a minute for actual training. So hopefully, can't talk. Oh, hold on. Where's the phone? Hopefully you guys are ready, waiting, prepared. I didn't put up any reminders. So hopefully people jump on and we can get started. As you're coming on, just shoot me a hey or something. Let me know that you're here. If you're watching this on the replay, give a hashtag replay so that I can shout you out later. So yeah, as you can see, we're going to be talking about targeting. So the question is, who is your target market and how do you find your perfect customer? So we're going to be going through that and really digging into it. A lot of the examples that I have are going to be, I don't even know if you want to call them examples, but I'll be using MCA for this. So is who is your target market? Hold up, wait a minute, hold up. I had to bring this up on my phone so that I could see the comments once I leave from this page. But like I said, the question is, who is your target market? And we're going to be going through how you find out who your perfect customer is. Hey, D. So I'm not going to wait around too long for people. That's why we have the replay, so that you can catch it on the replay. So hopefully everyone catch it. Hey, Latoya, how you doing? Yep, we're going to go ahead and get into it. So as far as targeting is concerned, the key to targeting is determining who your perfect prospect is or who your perfect customer is. And how we do that is through market research. So I actually have a little PowerPoint here that I'm going to go to and use my tools. So as I said, the first question is we're trying to determine who our perfect prospect is. And we do that by doing market research. So the reason why we want to figure out like who our target is, hey Latasha, is because this is like the first step in marketing your product. If you don't know who you're talking to, then when you're developing your message and even your follow-up, everything is based on who you determine in the beginning is your customer. And if you don't send the right message to the right market, then it doesn't matter what your product or your service is, because the message to market is not going to match. So that's why you want to go through this this whole ordeal and really dive deep and figure out who you're talking to, who your customer is. And like I said, you do this through market research. And with market research, the other thing about that is this is not something that you just do one time. So you joined the business, like for us, all of us are in network marketing. So we joined the business and we did this at the beginning and we don't do it again. No, this is something that's going to be an ongoing process. You're going to continually keep going through researching your customers, researching even your competitors. So it's an ongoing process that you need to continue to monitor and tweak and keep doing it. So it's not a one-time thing. So like I said, tonight we're only going to go through identifying who your perfect prospect is. But as I said, you also want to do some research on your competitors, because you want to know what your computer. I keep getting tongue-tied. You want to know what your competitors are doing. You want to know where they're advertising. You want to know what offers do they have. Like, you want to know what your competitors are doing, because when you do that, that is also going to help you find out even more about the customers that you're trying to target. And it also is going to give you the ability to, possibly steal some of those customers that may be going to your competitors' websites. So, like I said, we're not going to go into like researching your competitors, tonight. I think we'll touch on it like super duper briefly, but overall, that's not going to be a key focus of this training. The key focus of this training is really diving into figuring out who your perfect prospect or customer is. So another thing that you want to do this whole markets research process is you want to document it. So there are different tools that you can use for this. The tool that I use that I really like is Evernote. And with Evernote, the reason I like it is, like, it's an app. You can get it on your phone. You can download it on your computer. Or whatever. So, you can take it with you and transport it. But the other thing I like is, as I'm scrolling, like whether I'm scrolling on Facebook, whether I'm searching on the internet, and if I see something, I can screenshot it and add it to, like, make a note in Evernote of something that I want to go back later. If there's a website that I want to go back to later, I could put that in Evernote. So I really like it, and it allows you to organize it and, put like titles of different things that you're saving. So that's Evernote. You can also use Google Drive. It's not, Google Drive is good for, having the documents and being able to transport them, but it's not as easy to search. And I would say that's probably the main thing with Google Drive. There's also Dropbox, and basically Dropbox, you just drop stuff in there, and that's really even, I would say that's even lower than using Google Drive. Also, someone told me about another app called Color Note, and I think the main differences with that is that you can color code things. So if that helps you better than maybe just words or something, then Color Note probably would be a good one for you. But the key is that you want to document everything and really take good notes, because you're going to refer back to this information. You're going to refer back to this information as you're doing your marketing. You're going to refer back to it, through the whole sales process. If you're making a sales funnel or whatever, you're going to need to refer back to this information. So it's going to be helpful, for one, if you have it written down, but for two, if it's organized in a way that, you can really figure stuff out. All right, so now let's get into how we determine who our perfect prospect is. So the first thing that we want to do when we're trying to figure out who our perfect customer is you want to be specific. So let's take MCA, for instance. And so we know that our product is the roadside assistance product. And underneath that roadside assistance, there's a whole bunch of other products that are available. So I guess if you guys could just tell me in the comments, what is the kind of customer, like who is somebody that we potentially could target for our service? And keep in mind that we want to be as specific as possible. And we're gonna really dive into this. So hopefully you guys can give me some information. I'll give you guys a few minutes because I know there's a lag with the comments. So anyone? Bueller. All right. Well, that's fine. Okay, tire shops. Latoya said tire shops. So that actually is pretty specific because like, okay, D said someone who already has another roadside service like AAA. That's a good one too. The key is that we want to be like laser targeted specific. So let's take the tire shop example. Like if we would have said like our broad care, if we gave like a broad care category of like just auto repair. So that's more broad. Like by saying like tire shops, then that is more specific. Or even saying or if we even say like people who own tire shops. So owners of tire shops, people who frequent, like use tire shops, you know. So the key is to be super specific. So you don't want to choose like a broad category, like for instance, moms. That's like that's a broad category. Like what kind of moms? Moms of teen drivers, moms, stay-at-home moms of teen drivers, moms of like college-bound students. There's so many different specific people that you could target. Now, and the thing is, the reason why you want to be super targeted is because when you're crafting your message, you need to speak specifically to that market, because otherwise, like no one, like you're not going to reach anyone because no one knows that you're speaking to them. So that was good. That's some good stuff. So then the next thing that you want to do is you want to read their mind. So now that you've figured out, you know, like your laser targeted customer, then you want to start reading their mind. And so you want to ask questions. You want to ask like, what is their pain? You want to ask, what are their fears? What are their desires? What do they think about? Like really, what do they think about? Dee's giving me some more examples. So she said people who recently bought a used car or specifically used Cadillac. Like that is super duper targeted. And then if you research and find that there's a lot of people, like more than likely it probably is, but so you figured out that who your target market is, you're going to ask these questions and start reading their mind. And you're going to, so we were up to what do they search for online? What are they consuming? So then like, so you're asking yourself these questions, and the way you get the answers is by searching. Like go to Google and, you know, figure out what are they searching. So I'm gonna just go over to Google real quick. I had already brought it up. So let's go with so now when you're searching on Google though, you wanna like search as if you were the customer. So let's see, whose example what should we use? Let's go with someone who already has another roadside service like AAA. So maybe they might want to know, maybe they might search for unlimited roadside assistance because their service is limited. Like generally they get like 2 to 4 calls per year. So now they're like, I need more than that. So they're looking for some roadside assistance that is unlimited. What is something else that they might search for? So as we can see, when we go there, basically it's Motor Club of America. Motor Club of America is, you know, the unlimited. Yeah, we get some as we go further down. We see some other stuff, but when it comes to unlimited roadside assistance, MCA is at the top. So what else? What are some other things? So now the one thing that you want to take note of, like as you're searching, like trying to figure out like what a customer would search for, is also you see here who has the sponsored ads, who is at the top of the search, and like take note of that, because this is information you're going to go back to, because this is part of like figuring out what your competitors are doing. This here, this, let's see. Let's just click on it and see what this is. I'm not sure that this is really in. Okay. This is a little something. But either way, so you see they had an ad, and then all the other ones that are at the top of the search are Motor Club of America. And if you were to go to them, you could figure out who it is. More than likely it's, you know, it's Riding Walker or something like that. But you can get ideas. Oh wait, this one isn't Riding Walker. His Riding Walker site is different. But either way, you get the gist of that part. Oh wait, no, this is him. I think, but that's not the point of this. But either way, you just want to take note of this stuff. Let's see, what else might someone search for? I mean, I guess you guys get that, as far as like, I don't want to keep going through this whole thing, but the main things that you want to take note of, you want to also pay attention. Well, not so much this stuff, because we're not right now, we're talking about the benefit side. So like MCA work from home is not something that someone who has AAA would be searching for. So the other thing you want to figure out is, you know, what are I lost my train of thought. The words that they're searching for. Oh, free towing. That's not, D said that's something people might look for. That's a good one. So you just want to like go through that whole exercise and pay attention, like I said, to the ads. Oh wow, that's a Facebook ad. That's interesting. And pay attention to like the top. So AAA is on the top of that. Meineke, I don't know. I guess they have a rewards program maybe that's coming up. But you see here, searches related to free towing. So these are other things that people might end up searching for. So you just want to pay attention to that. Like I said this already, and I'm going to move on. So take note of the top results and take note of the sponsored results. So the next thing that we are going to look at, so this is, we're searching, trying to figure out what our customers are searching for online. The other thing that we want to look at is what are they consuming. So I found this very interesting, like to find that out. So like roadside assistance probably is not a good example for this, but to figure out what they're consuming, but like searching on Amazon. So the example that works good for this is it's probably like weight loss. So you see you have all this stuff. So let's go to weight loss tea and let's see what comes up. So we want to see, you know, what is it? Like Are we talking about, is it a product? Are we talking about, is it a book about weight loss tea? Like, what is it? So you really want to dig into trying to figure out, like, what are people buying? And searching on Amazon is a great way to do that. But like I said, for roadside assistance, it's not really. Let's just see. Let's see what happens. We probably won't. Yeah, so if we search that, we get stuff like a sign. Like, that's not really, what people are gonna so this might be something like that a tow truck driver might need, or something like this. Different stuff. That's the kind of stuff that comes up. That's all right, Brandy. If you end up having to come back, like catch the replay, that's fine. So no worries. Where was I? Okay, so that's searching as far as trying to figure out what they are consuming. So you see that, like, it's a lot that we go through trying to figure out who our perfect customer is. So it's not just saying, oh, okay, I want to target moms. Like, we already figured out, like, that's not enough. We need to dig deeper. We need to be super specific. And on top of that, then we need to ask ourselves all these different questions about, what do people who have AAA, what is their pain? What are their fears? What are their desires? Like, those are the questions that we're asking ourselves on top of everything else. So then the next thing, let's go to where we were. After we've established all that, is that we want to determine, like, how our product can be the solution to these pains and fears and desires, and be the solution to what they're searching for online, and the different stuff that they're buying. So in order to figure that out, then we're asking more questions. And this is why, you want to have a tool, because there's so many different questions and so much information that you need to gather and be able to refer back to. So we're asking, like, what is the average age of this customer? Is the majority of them male or female? Like, what kind of career do they have? What is their average income? Like, what's their marital status? Do they have kids? Like, what are their hobbies? Like, what's their political affiliation? Are they Democrat, Republican, Independent, whatever? Like, what other interests do they have? So you're asking yourself all these questions. Now, another good tool for trying to figure out, like, how your product can be the solution to what we determine is your customers' pains and all that stuff. One way to figure, like, to get the answer to these questions down here about being the solution. All right, I'm going to exit out of this again, is on Facebook. If you go to the Facebook ads, and so our head already went to it earlier, but when you go to the ads manager and it comes up, then you can click, it'll say ads manager instead of audience insights. But since I'm already on audience insights, it says audience insights. So you can go here and then go to audience insights. I'm not going to click it because I'm already there, and it'll take you here. And that's how you can answer those questions as far as the age, whether the majority of them are male or female, whether they have kids, whether they're married. You can get the answers to those questions by playing around with this audience insight here. And, like, this is not saying you're going to go here and do an ad. This is just all the information that Facebook is gathering on all of the users. So all this information comes from like people liking stuff and following different fan pages and stuff like that. That's how Facebook, like, they like, I don't know if anyone ever read that book 1984 in when they were in school, but this is like Big Brother for real. And so if you don't want to be tracked, then you should get off Facebook. But it has all that information in here that you can look up. So let's just put in roadside assistance real quick. I think it'll come up. And it'll tell you. So it's working. It's working. And it's going to tell me the demographics. So I guess people who have expressed an interest. Oh, you watched the movie? Yeah. The funny thing about that book is, yeah, it was a signed reading, but I didn't really read it. I don't know if anybody else did that, but I was notorious for not actually reading the books in high school, but it's all good. I passed, so that's all that matters. So when we put in roadside assistance as an interest, we see that there's 1 million active people on Facebook who have expressed an interest in this. And looks like most of them are men. And it's kind of even. Like, even though this 25 to 34 is 20%, like the rest are 19%. So there's a wide age range of those people. So like you can see here just all the information, and then it tells you like job titles that they have. They're veterans. The biggest one is production. I don't even know what that means. Transportation and moving. So this is the industries that they're in, or the job titles that they've put on their profile. Administrative services, sales. So like this audience insight, I'd encourage you to really go here and play around and use this, in your research. So yeah, so that is that. So once you've answered those questions, the next piece is going to be you're going to write an avatar bio. So you see, we've gone like super deep into who our perfect customer is. And then the last step is going to be like coming up with a bio for this person. So like, and the thing is, once you write the bio, then you know who you're talking to, and your messages are going to be spot on because you know like what motivates the person that you're trying to target. Like the key is to really push that person's buttons to get them to buy what it is that you are selling. And that's why this targeting is so important. Like you go out there with just a general message and you're going to come back so frustrated. You're just like, why isn't anyone biting? Why doesn't anyone want what I'm selling? Because they don't know you're talking to them and it's not resonating with them. So you really want to get your targeting on point so that you can start selling stuff like hotcakes. So I have a sample, an example of a avatar. So avatar basically is like the, not like Avatar, that movie with the blue people, but like, on like on Xbox or PlayStation when you have to like pick your little person and what they look like and the hair and all that stuff. That is your avatar of your customer is that. So imagine that picture, but then you're writing a bio based on this research that you've done, based on, figuring out how your product is a solution for them. So let me just note that's Denzel. All right, so my avatar here, his name is John. So John, and I think this is targeting I think network marketers. This avatar bio. So John is a 35-year-old father of two, trying to balance working full time, building a side income through network marketing, and being a great husband. He's stressed out because he works 60 hours a week. His wife Jenny works but barely makes a profit after paying for daycare. They've got good jobs but are upside down in debt, college loans, wedding, house, cars, babies, credit cards. He often worries that they'll never be able to ever pay off all their debt. Sorry. John said he's guilty because Jenny wants to be home full time with the kids, but with the way their finances are, there's no chance. They both hate that their kids are being raised by Barb, their daycare provider, and they had no other options. John has always seen the value in network marketing, sees that it is working for others in his company, but feels like he is missing something. He isn't making any money and is spending all his spare time trying to build his business. When he reaches out to his upline for help, they keep telling him to just stay the course, reapproach his list, which he's now burned through too many times to keep track of. He works 12 hours a day and spends his nights and weekends building his network marketing business in his spare time. He has no time left over to be a good father and husband. John lays awake at night in his home office, searching online for a way to skip the Starbucks meetings, stop cold calling realtors on his lunch break, and prospecting every waitress they meet when they go out to eat. He needs to make more money, and he's pretty sure that they will just continue to pound a debt with the fear of never recovering. He'd love to have his wife be home with the kids, retire early from his job, and go on a family vacation playing golf and be debt-free for his kids' college and spend more time with his wife and family. John's currently involved in 3 MLMs right now, trying to make money with each avenue. He's not sure which has the best product, and he thinks that he has more products to share with his family and friends. There might be a better chance to join he's not sure which has the best product and thinks that if he has more products to share with his family and friends, there might be a better chance to join in one of his businesses. When he initially talked to all his friends and family, if you signed up, either way, if you signed up, never brought anyone else on their own, and now they've all canceled their auto ship, he's back to square one. But I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's pretty long. Basically, I just want you to get the point that when you're writing your customer bio, the avatar bio, that you want to be, you want to hit on all these different things that you found out in your research, and really, like I said, you want to be laser targeted. You want to know who you're talking to. So then, once you have that bio, then your message is going to match with the market. The whole point of all this is because message to market match is like one of the most important things when it comes to targeting. So once you figured out all this stuff, then you're going to be, all set. So that's basically all I had. Like I said before, there's even more to it as far as, researching your competitors, and then also, crafting your messages. And that's more than, like, if we've already been here for going on 45 minutes. So if I went into all that, then we'd be here for even longer. So if you want more in-depth training, like really get into this stuff, I actually can send you over, I'm just going to put in the comments the link to watch a free webinar that's that's going to go into all that other stuff as well. And of course, stay in the group, because there's going to be even more training on all these different marketing tips as well. So I hope this was helpful for you guys, and I hope you guys really enjoyed it. And I hope that you go out there and start using this information and really get your messages laser targeted, and really figure out who you're trying to market to, because this is the first step in making sure that your marketing is going to be effective. So thanks guys for rocking with me, and hope to catch you on the next one. And so just keep a lookout on the events, and as well as as we post in the group of what we're going to be training on. So all right guys, thanks so much, and I'll catch you on the flip side soon as I feel okay. Here we go. All right guys, good night.